Can somebody from the spiritual community explain to me why everything sucks now? Like, I don't like small talk, I don't like sports, I don't like video games, movies, music. I don't like dating, I don't like hip-hop, I don't like things like fights and jail stories and all the crap that's on social media. I don't like corporate. I don't necessarily have ambition to do much else. I can't really figure out what to do next. I used to have a nice cushy corporate job and I did okay, but now I just feel like having a sand garden is the only thing that I'm capable of doing. And I'm starting to feel a little dumb too. You know, it's sort of like I went through this ego death thing and I'm left with these shambles, these scraps. I guess my entire existence was based on ego, so that's a revelation for me. Either way, it's so hard to find enjoyment in things with other people because what's beyond girls? What's beyond money? You know what I mean? Like, what's beyond looking tough? It's just all tired, played out.
Rule number 6 of the simulation: your emotions are what render the graphics. Fear lowers the frame rate, anxiety causes lag, and negativity is a virus. Joy and gratitude, those are upgrades to your graphics card. This simulation only displays what you feed it.
All right, let's talk about the one thing that keeps every single living thing on this planet alive, the sun. But here's what they don't teach you. The sun isn't just a ball of fire. It's a damn portal. Ancient civilizations didn't worship the sun because they were primitive. No, they understood something we forgot. The sun is the closest thing to source energy that we can physically interact with. You see, it's not just light, it's information. Every photon that hits your skin carries data that reprograms your biology. Your circadian rhythm, your hormones, your mitochondria, it's all fine-tuned to the sun. That's why morning sunlight isn't optional. It's your body's operating system reboot. You want to feel more alive? You want to tap into ancient wisdom? Step outside, face the rising sun, and realize you're not just seeing it, it's seeing you.
Your body will change. At first it'll be like it is now. It's going to take a long time. But it'll eventually change and it'll be light bodies, energy bodies. And they said, you noticed your diets are changing. You notice that? Because one thing, if you want to change your vibration and frequency, you have to get away from heavy foods. That holds you to the earth, especially heavy meats. And so that they are always saying, eat fresh fruits and vegetables, live foods. You can have chicken and fish, but the heavy meats, beef and pork, the vibration is so heavy it holds you down. And they said, have you noticed you want more liquids? Because they said it'll eventually get to where we're switching to liquid diets. This is how you can tell something is definitely happening. Your diets are changing, your body is changing what it wants. And a lot of people, because I have the radio show every week, and a lot of them will call in and they'll say, I wondered why I was wanting to eat more smoothies and that kind of things, vegetable smoothies. But they said eventually, once we are over into the new earth, we won't eat at all.
Did vampires come from the Nephilim?
Well, vampires are real in the occult. Dracula is a more modern type of the literature that's going to hold the belief system and their history within it. So you have Dracula, for example, as the son of a dragon. It goes back to Greek for drakont and drakonta, which means watcher, as in watcher angel. It's everywhere. People just don't recognize the links of it. And of course, the giants, both before and after the flood, and secret societies probably at the adept level even today, would drink blood. And they were drinking blood to extend their life after Genesis 6:3, shorten all lifespan to 120 years. And they also used it secondarily to provide additional cognitive abilities. And so they preyed on humans not only to eat them before the flood, but to drink their blood. And then after the flood, they had to do things a little bit more in secrecy, as they were needing humankind to survive because they had a fertility issue after the flood.
Life is a file which gets recorded by the two eyes and stored within the mind. You do not encounter the external world. You experience electrical impulses on your nervous system. You do not see into reality. The eyes are black holes, they suck in the light and the image is produced in the visual cortex. There is no past and future, there's only an infinite and indefinite now, which is infinitely running. You're in a folded time and space simulation. Earth rearranged is heart, because your body is simulating Earth to your consciousness. When the heart stops, you leave Earth, which is the body. You are eternal, you never die. Death is a transition.
What are the biggest misconceptions about being a sensitive spiritual seeker? I think the biggest one is that people assume that these people are spiritual. And the reality is actually they're not in the conventional sense. What I mean is this spiritually sensitive people actually weren't looking for spirituality. They were looking for some level of stability so they could just function finally in a world that feels hostile. And then they came to the conclusion that the only thing that provides that much stability is the infinite eternal one. So it's interesting, a lot of times the outside observer will say, oh, you're so spiritual. And the reality is, no, I'm not really that spiritual, at least not by my choosing, but this was something that was forced upon me. I had to embrace my relationship with God as the greatest fact of my life. There was a conclusion that I came to, that if I was going to function and be useful here in the world, I needed to become God conscious. But for people who are watching from the outside, it's a very strange path, a very strange journey. And sometimes there's a communication breakdown between these two types of spiritual people, meaning the people who were looking intentionally for spirituality because they found it fulfilling, and the people who spirituality came to them because that was the only answer.
Did you know that if you celebrate Easter this weekend, you're actually participating in a pagan ritual? Easter is actually paying homage to the Babylonian goddess Ishtar, who was the goddess of reproduction and fertility. And if Good Friday is in commemoration of the crucifixion of Christ and he raises from the grave on Sunday morning, that's not 3 days and 3 nights. See, religion has you so confused that you don't know which way is up and which way is down. And the reason why the date of Easter always changes is because it's 1 week after the first full moon after the spring equinox. So understand, this is all allegory. So is this, and this, and this. These stories are all allegory of the sun traveling through the 12 zodiac signs or the 12 disciples. Hence why Jesus always has a sun pictured behind him. And this is why you have the 4 stories of the crucifixion of Christ: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the 4 seasons. So Easter is nothing but a celebratory, allegorical story of the rebirth of the new year. This is the astrological new year. And the story of Christ being crucified is all allegory of the Son of God passing through the crux or the cross constellation on December 21st for the winter solstice. The ancients would say that the sun would die for those 3 days because those were the 3 shortest days of the year. At the winter solstice, the sun would then make its way upwards towards the northern hemisphere, symbolizing longer and warmer days. And on December 25th, this was symbolized as the rebirth of the sun. If mainstream propagandic religion never really sat right with you and you wanted to do a deeper dive but didn't know where to start, I highly recommend this book. If you want to check it out, I'll leave an orange link below where I got mine.
A narcissist's worst nightmare is the stoic empath. Because while the narcissist lives for reactions, chaos, and control, the stoic empath gives them none of it. They feel everything but show almost nothing. They have been burned, betrayed, and broken before. But instead of becoming bitter, they become still, wise, unshakable. The stoic empath does not beg, they do not chase, they do not try to prove their worth. They simply observe, feel, and deeply in silence they walk away when it no longer feels safe for their soul. That quiet exit, without drama, without explanation, leaves the narcissist scrambling for a response they will never get. They forgive, but they don't forget. They care, but they do not cling. And most of all, they do not fall for the same illusion twice. That inner strength born from pain is exactly what the narcissist cannot control. And that is what makes it dangerous. You cannot manipulate someone who is no longer afraid of losing you. You cannot bait someone who refuses to play. The Stoic empath has mastered the art of self-preservation. And once they decide to protect their peace, no narcissist can reach them again.
Grab your notepad. You are a spirit. You live in a body and you have a soul. Let's start with the weakest of the three, the body, because it's limited by the physical. It's ruled by the seen. Its five senses are sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, basic, surface level. You already know those. Now let's talk soul. This is where reprogramming starts. Your mind, what you think. Your will, your drive to act. Your emotions, what you feel. Your affections, who you feel it for. And your imagination, your ability to see what isn't visible yet. Together, that's 10 senses. This is the operating system your affirmations tap into. Now, the spirit. This is where transformation goes quantum. Prayer, speaking truth to the divine. Praise, declaring truth to your reality. Worship, aligning with the highest version of yourself. Faith, belief beyond evidence. And meditation, pure focus. So you don't have 5 senses, you have 15. And when you learn to reprogram the ones you can't see, you unlock the version of you that was always waiting. Use Inner Tune to activate all 15.
I'm walking down the street here and I'm going by the General Electric Niagara Mohawk building, whatever it is, and check this shit out. Yeah. This is what's on the building. The power building. You have to be shitting me. Could it be more obvious what they're telling you? Right across the street, you've got talking cursive. And then right next to that, you've got Cafe Kubal. The Kubal, talking cursive, and then that.
They made you scared of all of the sacred symbols. That's why scared rearranged is sacred. They don't want you researching these symbols because they unlock profound teachings of how you can go from matter into spirit and become a powerful being. They want you trapped inside of the box, the material plane, living with fear, operating on the surface level of your consciousness, and being dominated by external influences. What if I told you you had the power to create your own reality, and you can only do this by mastering yourself?
If you knew this, but the matrix is falling apart right now. That means that the vibration of fear, scarcity, lack, survival mode is falling apart. That means that people are being asked to let go of everything that is not love. So this is why you're maybe experiencing the end of relationships. Maybe you don't feel called to doing your current job anymore. Anybody else having a bunch of callings to like flip their life upside down, or is it just me? You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to know that something is fucking going on.